Okay. But in 15, you cut corners.
15 cut corners, you know.
Diet was terrible. I want to ask you about it at some point, but diet, personal life, training, just
everything
non-consistent.
Yeah. Okay. And then the guy who won, he was one of the most seasoned athletes. So he had a ton of experience, and he had a phenomenal performance. You know, he was just consistent all the way through the competition, and then it literally came down to the last workout. Between he and I, whichever one of us won that workout, just between the two of us, I don't think it even mattered. We didn't have to win the event and then, have the next person get middled a couple times. Even if he took 11th and I took 12th, okay, he won the competition. That's how close we were in points. Okay. And earlier in the competition, I believe I was up by over 100 points. And so there's 13 to 15 events, and they're each 100 points available. So I was up by a huge margin. And then there was one event where my body was screaming, and Ben was right there, right by my side, and I went, you know what, this really hurts. I'm going to throttle back. Let him pass me. Who cares? He'll get 6 points on me. I'm up by 104 or whatever it was, and I was just like, have those couple points. I'm going to throttle back and feel good about myself right now. And then coming into event 13, 14, whatever it is, the last event of the whole competition, I'm like, man, I really wish I had those 6 points.
Is that a lesson never to do that?
100%. So the years following, even when I was up by a lot of points, I'm still fighting tooth and nail. Even if I'm, fighting for 20th place and, trying to go from 21st to 20th, and it's only a 2-point spread, whereas up at the top, it's like a 6-point spread, fighting tooth and nail for every point possible. And I was like, I don't care if I'm in event 1 or event 14 and I mathematically already have the event competition or the competition 1, I'm fighting for every point possible. Like, the competition isn't over until that gold medal is around my neck. So even in the final events where, I think there are some years where I was up by over 200 points going into the final event. So it's like, yeah, you can just sit this one out. And I'm like, the competition's not over yet. And so it just makes
you want to show everyone who you are as well.
Yeah.
And show yourself who you are.
That was it. Like the first year I won, I had the competition mathematically clinched before the final event, and then they put in a minimum work requirement. So for the event, you had to hit a certain amount of reps into the workout. They basically just don't want you walking out and sitting down on the floor twiddling your thumbs. And so I went out and I was like, just hit the minimum work requirement. Don't rush, because even if I don't hit that minimum work, what if I slip and fall and break my ankle? What if I slip and break my wrist and then I can't hit that minimum work? Well, it doesn't matter the reasoning you didn't hit it. You're done. And so I went out and I was like, just be nice, controlled, put your stamp on the event, hit the minimum work requirement, and then you can celebrate. And I remember I hit the minimum work requirement and I just went, fuck this. Like, this isn't what I'm capable of. I want to make myself proud. I don't want to end on this kind of slow poke pace. I want to go out still swinging for the fences. And so, those experiences from early on in my career completely molded me towards the end of the career of like, just don't cut any corner. It's either you do it right or you do it again. You don't sacrifice a single point. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're fighting for 2 points from down here on the leaderboard or way up here on the leaderboard. Those 2 points are still as valuable. So, little things like that, but you take enough of those little things, accumulate them all up, and it's going to make a big difference.
It's a beautiful concept, man. You give me all these flashbacks, man, to different things in my life. I remember I was on the cycling in Chattanooga, Tennessee on the Ironman 70.3, and again, it's my first one, and I'm cycling, and I just done the swim, and I'm cycling, and I'm getting on the pace, and we're going out in the countryside, and I'm with a group of guys, and they got the tattoos on their calves with the eyes on them, and I'm like, okay, these guys that have been in these Ironman, but we're cycling along, and I was like, was like, this is some bullshit. I can go faster than this.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna fucking go. And I just started passing them all. I was just like, it just made me angry that I was just gonna be here and felt like I still had some in the tank. And even though I knew I would pay for it, and I did pay for it on the run, it just made me angry that I was gonna not take every advantage to just push it. And even though I was like with guys that had clearly done full Ironman, I was just like, no, I'm just gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's like a human thing. It's almost like, tell me if I'm wrong here. Is this an appreciation for life somehow, that we have like one chance to be here on this earth? We have one chance to do this thing that no one's ever going to see. And in some way, in a weird way, we're maybe honoring the fact that we have this body and this chance of being the best just for the sake of being the best.
See, I think it's not even about being the best in the world.
Yeah.
It's just being the best.
Best you.
Best you. And it sounds so corny. And I know exactly how it sounds. But when you dive into it, it's like, you have one go at this fucking thing. And
You mean life?
yeah. And I mean, and a lot of opportunities too and one, I know the things that keep me up at night are thinking like, God, I should have done this. I should have done that. Or, like everyone has it, like when somebody's rude to them or they're in an argument, then that night they're like, oh, I should have said this or I should have said that. And it's like, yeah, you're regretting not, attacking that situation better. And it takes a lot of life experience and you're going to fail a lot. And you look at the most successful people in the world, it's, you look at the stories of like Elon Musk, of whatever it was, he got fired from this job, this company failed, whatever it is. Well, no one criticizes him for that stuff now. They look at him like, oh my God, you created this incredible thing. In the moment when you're failing, you think you'll never get back up. You think you'll never have another opportunity. You'll think there's no coming back from this. I'm down and I'm going to stay down forever. But then when you see the stories of other people that like they were working the crappy job or, they were homeless for a little while, they got fired, their wife left, whatever it is. Well, that's motivating. But it's hard to realize that you're in that inspirational moment. You have the opportunity to make an incredibly inspiring story. You just have to keep chugging even when you're hopeless. You have to keep grinding and pretending like you're in the ideal situation when everything's going wrong. And it's really, really hard. And I still have those moments. I still have those moments where you get criticized or, something bad happens or whatever it is. You're like, I'm never going to recover from this. This is never going to get better. But then, whether it's a month later, a year later, you're looking back, you're like, oh, that little inconvenience that I had, that was nothing. But in the moment, you feel hopeless. Yeah. But it's just having that self-confidence to keep doing the right thing, even when nobody's cheering you on, nobody's patting you on the back, nobody's giving you compliments. You feel like you're getting the opposite. You feel like you're getting kicked while you're down. But it's just having that confidence that this too shall pass, and that next opportunity is going to be worthless if I'm not prepared for it. So it's just always just keep doing the right thing, because I know I'm going to feel good about it and it's going to help everyone around me.
Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.